This family-friendly event featured the Let's Move and Presidential Active Lifestyle exhibit areas. Let's Move DeKalb provided nutrition, education, exhibits, and physical fitness activities. The Fulton DeKalb Hospital Authority was a proud sponsor of Choice's second annual Let's Move DeKalb event.
At any time Commissioner Johnson calls and says,
as an entrepreneur, you have to know when to drive and when to stop and ask for directions. You must check your rearview mirror from time to time to see how much progress you've made. You have to talk to those movers and shakers, those dream chasers. You have to know the north side, east side, west side, and south side of Atlanta. You have to follow your dreams at all costs. You have to know the heartbeat of your community.
Shine down, shine down, shine down with your crown king. Shine down, shine down, shine down with your crown king.
Power, in this common definition that most leaders exhibit, is a leader's ability to influence others. When you're influencing others in the workplace, the culture is changing. When you're influencing others in your family lifestyle, your family legacy is changing. Even in this classroom, when you're plugging into like minds, you're exhibiting change in this class and in this business world that you are going into. Influencing others. What leaders have when they use power in such a way that it results in some behavioral response in others, you're changing their behavior. You only change someone's behavior when, again, you're showing proper leadership. The training that I receive in Boys and Girls Clubs of Metro Atlanta and other businesses that I've worked on, you have to change the behavior of individuals to get the response or the results that you choose to desire. You cannot want to come in and basically take over. As we see multiple times in sports, they fire a head coach of a team. They come in thinking that they're going to change the whole dynamic of the culture. But if that culture is already set in stone, you're going to be for a rude awakening. The coaches, they come in, they're gone within a year, especially in the NBA. You see many times, even in the NFL nowadays, coaches, they won't even get a chance to even show 2-3 years into their history that they're wanting to build.
You'd be on a team that's doing extremely well like Cleveland, and you still lose your job. So again, it goes back to sometimes you don't understand what guys are looking for, what owners are looking for, what GMs are looking for. So, yeah, I feel bad for David. He's a great guy. See, from the outside looking in, you try to figure out what didn't he do, or what did he do, I guess in this case, that was so wrong that he got fired. And with a team over there with the second best record or the best record in the Eastern Conference. So
this is another case, as usual, where he's a heck of a coach, but circumstances often dictate what happens to some coaches. It's got really nothing to do with their abilities.
Because if they're not winning, if they're not going into, again, that season with that killer mindset that we're making it to the playoffs, we're making it past this first round of the playoffs, they're gone. How are you changing the behavior of your culture if you're not bringing proper leadership into that particular team? So when we talk about reward power, many of you all have already mentioned it. This is the use of, again, enticing the people that you are either working alongside with. You could be on a project team. You could be in a sales team, as we talked about in the back. But you are going to need to get people to go that extra mile for you. You are going to need people to know that you actually care. You may be the owner, you may be the sales manager, you may be even the general manager, you may be the vice president, you may be the president. But bottom line, if your people beneath you die on you, that company is going south quickly. If you're not rewarding that person, if you're not rewarding those individuals that are working for you, why are they going to want to do their best? Again, you're going to want to have people to reach their fullest potential in life. Each and every one of us in this room are leaders, whether we realize it or not. You're either leading somebody in your family, you're either leading somebody in your workplace, or you're leading somebody in this classroom, even your peers. So what are you doing with that power that you have as a leader?
Here in the Western Hemisphere, and first here in the United States, and bring about the freedom of these people by any means necessary.
5, 4 seconds and counting.
want somebody to greet you the proper way, right? And always stand, right? You gotta always stand. Always stand when you're talking to somebody older, right? Look them in the eye. That's a great handshake, though. Making sure that you don't have any bone-crushing grips. Making sure even as a lady, you still are not too dainty, not too ladylike to not give a proper handshake, right? Because you're gonna be talking to a lot of male coaches, I'm sure, if you plan on running track in college, right? Always represent. Just because you're a lady does not mean that you cannot, again, greet a male the proper way with that handshake. Gender or age is not the deciding factor, but again, your attitude is. If somebody is talking to you, they don't want to see you look away, that you're shy, that you're not able to hold a conversation with a grown adult or even somebody your age, they want to know you're present. Say your name and something cool about yourself that they'll remember. You go to school where again? DeKalb County. Naming your school or naming again what you're into, what you're passionate about, that's something that again people will remember whether you realize it or not. When you want to go into athletics, you want to go into a certain college, you want to get into a certain position when you guys start working. Some of y'all are close to working in the room. For those who are in high school, you want people to remember you. You want people to remember the schools or remember something interesting about you.
I won't stay here another night if I gotta sacrifice who I am on the inside. I'd rather be an outside.
Volunteering in your community is a great way to feed your soul. I'm a firm believer of if you're not volunteering in your community, if you're not volunteering at school, and of course if you're not volunteering at church, then you're not feeding your soul, because Jesus was a servant first. Man. That's true at the end of the day. If you're not serving others, you're not walking in the same line as Jesus, because Jesus wasn't getting paid. He was serving. He was giving out his gift. He was giving out his ability to help others. If you're not serving others, you're not serving your community, you're not serving your church, you're not serving whatever entity that you're attached to, you're not feeding your soul. If you're not volunteering through your organizations, through your church, and also through your family dynamic, then again, you are not getting the proper investment in your soul and in yourself. Helping others, again, excels you in so many different ways possible that I can't even sit here right now with you guys and name them. Through Hands-On Atlanta and working in a service organization such as AmeriCorps, I've met some of the most profound people here in Atlanta. You are able to meet people so many times in volunteering in different organizations that you wouldn't meet. It's mind-blowing. Volunteering, serving, helping others, that's the wave of the future. Who are you helping that's going to, again, benefit you? And also that's going to benefit, again, what your success is. Who are you giving to that cannot help themselves? The law of reciprocity, as I've been taught, what you give unto others, as they say, is going to definitely come back to you, whether it be now or in the future. You have to know that there's an even exchange. If you're giving to somebody, you're getting something in return. If you're volunteering for somebody, you're getting something in return. If you are sowing something in the ground, just as some of you guys may be in gardening or horticulture, your parents may be teaching you how to grow from the ground up. Every time you sow something, if you are taking care of it and through the law of harvest and reciprocity, you are going to gain something from that ground. But if you're not serving others and if you're serving yourself, then that means, again, at the end of the day, you're not getting the benefit of that exchange.
I see you on the other side. I wanna live the free life. I'd rather be an outside. I'd rather be an outside. I go harder.
Cuzzo, just so y'all can know, my cousin Theo, who of course has his business endeavor with his father, who is my Uncle Mike, he was on the first ever episode of the Pulse series, and I wanted to, of course, put him first because he has been able to inspire me, even as a young entrepreneur, from the young age of him even being a DJ at the age of 14, Cuzzo?
Yeah, real young.
14, in the clubs, spinning records for adults, making them go hyphy over in Oakland, California, and in the Bay Area. Shout out to the 510. So again, I wanted to put him first with the Pulse series, but right now, just to answer your question, we've had about, I think, 16 episodes thus far. And again, they're from all ranges of nonprofits to young entrepreneurs such as my cousin under the age of 30, minority business owners. And also we do a social event called King Speaks, where we have all males to talk about issues that plague our communities.
Toastmasters is for people who want to continue to progress in their lives. It's a public speaking organization, but it's so much more than that.